Now, zooming out,
Hmm.
how far did you end up getting with that education of yours?
So I got out of high school when I was young, like I was about to turn 17. So I got out and then I went straight to college for nursing. And then I was like, why am I doing this? Then I looked up how much money they made and I just figured out like that's not what I wanted to do. Shout out to all the nurses, but it just wasn't for me, like at all. Like I just like to make money, if that makes sense. It's so many different ways you can make money. So now you gotta have the knowledge of financial literacy and then you can move on how you want to make money.
Now, how far with the nursing program did you get when you made that decision in your life?
I was halfway through it. I just didn't want to do it. It's just something I didn't want to do no more. I think okay, so I'm named after my great grandmother, and she was like one of the few first black nurses in Ohio. So I'm like, okay, I gotta follow her reputation. And I'm like, once I figured out it's not really something that I wanted to do, I started being terrified of blood. Like it was just certain stuff. I'm like, okay, how are you gonna do this if you're terrified of blood? It wasn't adding up. Even though it's different, like I could have went into working with kids. I could have went into different parts. I just didn't want to do it. The financial part didn't add up to me.
And was this grandmother you're referencing on the mother's side of your family or father's side?
My great grandmother, my father's side. I never met her. I'm just named after her.
Okay, now diving in even deeper,
Okay.
taking it further back than what we've already talked about thus far, for those in the audience, getting to know you for the very first time, care to share where you were born?
I was born in Decatur, Illinois.
And care to share where you were raised?
I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia.
And what age for the move, and what was the reason back then?
Um, now I can say it because it's not that anymore. So I come from like two drug dealers. Both of my parents was drug dealers. My mom ended up moving, getting away for a minute, and then I was living with my grandma, me and my sister. My other sisters was older because my mom got four girls. Well, my mom really don't play about that either. Like my mom and my dad, they was married, and then they had four daughters. They was trying for a boy. I'm the youngest. So that aspect, we were there in Illinois for a minute. Mom moved to get stable in Georgia, and then she came and got us, and then we went to Georgia. I think I was probably like 11, because I told you elementary. So I was like I did like fifth grade, you know?
And do you still reside in Atlanta today?
Yeah, I still live in Atlanta, but I love being by the ocean, so I got a place in Miami too.
Now, how far do you go back and forth?
Like now, since it's like permanent and it's just got locked down, I'm pretty for sure it's gonna be half and half. I got to be here more for my PR and my music and me working, and then vacation. When they tell me no interviews, nothing to do, oh, I'm gonna be by the ocean relaxing. That's like my peace. I love hot weather.
And what age did you make that decision to permanently get a location in Miami?
I bought my house like 2 years ago, and I was like, okay, I would say like this spot is not like my dream place in Miami. I want to buy like a few income properties and then get steady. It's not really smart to invest into properties right now. When I was investing into a property, it was actually like a good timing. But I wouldn't like advise people to invest. Like the interest rates is crazy. Everything is up right now. Taxes, I mean, everything is just up. So you really just should research before you invest into a home. So yeah, once I got a home in Atlanta, and then I'm like December come around and it get cold. I don't like that. So it came around probably. I've been going to Miami for like 4 years now. So probably like when I was 27.
And care to share your current age at this point?
I'm 31. I was born in 1992.
And what month and what day, perhaps?
September the 21st.
Now, when it comes to Decatur, Illinois, when it comes to Atlanta, Georgia, was it a certain portion that you resided in those areas? Did it get any more specific than those city names, for example, for you?
No, we was really low key. Like, we was popular, but we was traveling a lot. I was always on the road doing shows, like, in high school, doing award shows and stuff. So, like I told you, we went to Ombudsman. So, it was like a behavioral school. We only had school from Monday through Thursday. Friday, we didn't have school, which was perfect because we had shows Friday, Saturday, even on Sundays sometimes.
Now, you use the phrase behavioral, but is it also another phrase that's used sometimes as an alternative school?
Yeah, alternative school.
Got it.
But most people look at alternative school like you had behavioral issues. Most people who went there They was bad as fuck.
And when you say for you it was because you were doing shows and things of that nature, if it wasn't behavioral, then was it a low attendance that got you in?
No, we was causing too much disturbance. So we didn't see it like that. We know how popular we was. I mean, I started at 15 making videos in my mom's basement. So, yeah. You know, I was in high school then. I was in 9th grade.
Now, because it wasn't behavioral and it was because of popularity, and assuming you felt like you were getting punished for popularity?
I was happy. I was happy that they put us in that school because I told you I was traveling. And then we only went to school from a certain time. It just made way more sense. It was like 12 to 6.
Was there ever a thought on perhaps homeschooling back then?
No. My mom always worked hard. My dad was in prison from when I was like 8 to 18. But I had a stepdad. Shout out to Bruce. So I didn't like miss none of that like treatment of having a father around. But no. Mm-mm.
And how is your relationship with your biological father?
It's great. Me and my dad, we can talk about anything. I can call him taking a shot. I can call him and tell him about what I just did, no matter what it is. It's the type of relationship that most people don't have with their father.
So good relationship with your biological father and good relationship also with your stepfather.
Yeah, my stepfather, but like they never got married. They was just together for 10 years. So that's why I say he's my stepfather, because when my dad was absent, he was there from that time. And then him and my mom split up probably around when I was like 18. So, yeah.
And do you still keep in contact with him by any chance?
All the time. Father's Day, like I send him stuff, I go see him. I keep in contact with both of them. I'm close to my dad and my stepdad.
Now, there are some in the audience that don't have good relationships with their biological father or their step-parent. And we're using the phrase step loosely, as you described, based on the circumstances. Mm-hmm. But how were you able to have good relationships, healthy relationships, it sounds like, assuming here, with both of these when there are some in the audience that lack that?
Well, I feel like that comes down to different issues. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get into that because I don't really know what other people have been through with their parents and stuff. But I feel like communication, comprehension, them actually understanding me. I never had to really not be who I am. Like, we always laughed. We had an Osborne Day with my mom one day. And then, you know, an Osborne Day for us was to where we could cuss. So I don't even know how old I was. But I wasn't at an age where you should be cussing, you know? And she let us have one. And then we was just cussing. Not towards her, but like it would start being more fluid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not around her either. Not until we was grown, we wasn't cussing around her. But like, we had an Osborne Day. I don't think no kids really had that.
Now, how were you able to survive that upbringing in Atlanta? Because there are some that don't make it.
Why? Why are there some people that don't make it in Atlanta with their upbringing? I'm confused.
It could be for a variety of reasons. It could be physically, it could be mentally.
Mm-hmm. But why? Like, okay. I'm just going to answer the question the best that I can. Okay. So from my perspective, Atlanta was super easy. I had my mom. She was my momager. So I didn't really go through no bullshit. If I had shows, she was there. If we traveled, she was there. If I went to school, she was, like, picking us up. She was very hands-on. I really didn't deal with that. And like I said, I had a stepdad. So growing up in Atlanta was kind of sweet. And then we rushed to move out. Me and my sister, I was 17, she was 18. I would tell everybody, relax. Them bills get real. But we had such a good time that we just forgot to pay our bills for, like, not our rent, but our car notes for, like, 6 months. We was balling out. Not that we didn't have it. We just didn't care. I had hella weed, hella everything else. Just went outside one day and was like, dude, where's my car? Like, what do you mean you ain't paid the car note for 6 months? That's where it's at. It just got repoed. Then shortly after, L car got repoed. So, yeah, we was just, like, on some reckless, young and reckless stuff, like, growing up in Atlanta. We was chilling. We was at Texano. I had another manager, Southern Bread. Yeah, we was outside at a young age.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, speaking of sweet, what was the top point for you during your upbringing? What was your highest point or most positive moment growing up for you?
Uh,
Unless what you just described previously
I
fits that
mean,
answer.
my most positive moment growing up was just my mom moving us to Atlanta. A lot of people back in Illinois, they literally are just like CNs or RNs. Like everybody in nursing school, that's their main thing. Like it's nothing more than that. They own a little house. You know what I'm saying? And no offense to that, it's just like they don't know anything bigger than that. They People really don't travel like that in my hometown. Like it's small, you know. So I'm just happy. I think that's the highlight, having a parent who wanted me to have more in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I have really traveled. We had our spring break. We went to Panama every spring break. Like we didn't miss a beat. Everything I wanted. It's like we didn't go without. Whether we thought we did, we never did. You know what I'm saying? Like whether we didn't have what other people have. Like I don't know. I wasn't into certain stuff, but my mom was dressing us. You feel me? But I was wearing Perry Ellis's, not even knowing what it was. Like I was really on some real fashion. They didn't even know. I didn't even know. You feel me?
Anything else you want to mention in regards to your upbringing or a question you weren't asked? People want to know about that.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people be asking, like, do I have a father? Or do I have a father? Like, do I have a dad? But I feel like they feel like because I twerk on the internet, or maybe, yeah, because I twerk on the internet that I ain't have a dad. But if you go back to YouTube days, everybody can see that my mom was around all the time. No matter where I was at, she was always there. So, yeah, that's the main thing. And then, no, nothing really besides that. I had a nice upbringing. I'm thankful for my mom. I'm thankful for my dad and my grandma. My grandma Sandy made sure that we had everything that we needed. Like, yeah. And I'm thankful for my mom's basement. That's what got us popping.
And speaking of twerking, obviously there were people that were wondering if you had a father while this was going on. But what was your mother's reaction to what you guys were doing back then?
So it was my mom's reaction. So like twerking was in back then, like at the high school parties and stuff. Like everybody was twerking. Like I said, we wasn't sexual yet. Like we wasn't having sex. So I don't feel like it was like a big deal. We got popping on YouTube, and that's when she was like, "Y'all should put up a booking email." We like, what? That's the one who got us to put up the booking email. My mom, like, she had that business mind frame. Like, damn, people is reaching out for y'all to come to the city or be in a video. We like, what? This real? So we was doing team parties, like, at 16, 17, 18, team parties.
And just for clarification, you were twerking before you even got sexually active.
Yeah. I was popping it. It was normal. You got to think, like, so back in Chicago, okay, so I'm from Decatur, Illinois. But in Chicago, like, they juke, and they be twerking. Like, in Memphis, they be juking. And then what's in Chicago? What's the other thing that they be doing? My homegirl used to be doing all the time. But, I don't know. They got a certain type of dance they be doing. And my auntie, she always used to be doing it, like, downstairs in our basement. Like, she used to have her little parties and stuff. And she was not a, like, sexual person. She just used to dance. So I never looked at it like that.
Now, you mentioned you're currently 31 at this point. Mm-hmm. What age do you think it was when you started twerking back in those days?
I was 15. I was 15 when I first started working.
Now that you're at the age you're currently at, how do you look at those who may be 15 twerking now?
I mean, I don't look at them no way because, like, we was the first people to do it. And then I feel like I told you, I wasn't twerking, looking at it as a sexual way. We was in the basement doing routines, like on some what the fuck, little dance hall shit. It wasn't deep like that. Like we wasn't sexualizing it. We was a dance team that was twerking. We was the first group ever to do it. So if I see a 15-year-old doing it now, really you be seeing kids way younger than 15 doing it. That's because it's normal now on the internet. Is it their fault or is it the internet and what they listen to and what their parents allow? Me as a parent, you feel me? That's going to be a totally different. Your kid is who you are. Like, you feel me? Like, how they only can see it if you allow them to see it. Even when it comes to schooling and stuff, like, yeah, I can't blame certain stuff on. Twerking is normal now in society.
Behind the scenes, which came first for you? The twerking side of things or the recording artist side of things?
I mean, I always used to rap, like, on some funny shit. I always used to have little names before the twerking stuff even blew up. I used to call myself, like, because what song did Ying Yang Twins have? Yeah, Miss New Booty. I used to call myself Miss New Booty, and I was rapping. So I don't know. I guess my passion for music first. I always knew I loved music. I used to rap like I was from New York or some shit. But then the twerk team stuff, once that came, it was organic for us to just do music after a while. Because I'm like, man, I love this. Like, come on, y'all, come on. Elle know how to sing anyway. She know how to rap. But when she got married and she got pregnant, that all went out the door. But I'm happy that everything went how it went. Betty got out the group. Rest in peace, Betty, because she got shot. And then Elle, she got married, like I said. And she had 2 kids. And it left me in the group solo. And that's why I'm like, okay, so do I just want to be known for shaking ass forever, or am I going to really come with my passion? I ain't figure out I knew how to sing till I was like 17. That's when I started singing more.
Now, it was rapping at first, though.
Right.
What age do you want to put on that?
Rapping,
or grade?
Rapping.
If you don't know
like
the
middle
age.
school, maybe like 8th grade. Yeah, because I didn't start twerking until 9th grade. So I was rapping, yeah. When Ying Yang Twins come out with that song.
I can look that up for you.
That's when I was rapping. I don't know who I thought I was.
Any loose ends you want to tie from this interview with the previous topics you were asked?
Any loose ends. I'm super excited about my music journey. Make sure y'all tune in to me and my single that will be dropping called Difference. And then I got a single dropping on Valentine's Day, and I'm just about to keep dropping. I really want y'all to understand that the music is going to speak for itself. So I'm super excited. Just like I've been in the industry for so long, and now I'm just transitioning, but still being able to be myself with my music. I'm like overwhelmed, ecstatic, but just ready for my next chapter. So yeah, tune in Saturdayy. That's it. That's all.
And follow-up question to that, with this venture into music, will you be retiring from twerking?
Yeah, I'm like incorporating twerking into it. So twerking now to me is to where I can go into the news with it. Like I'm making it just twerk out. So I'm still going to be twerking. It's just going to be more like cardio. I feel like the main mistake, I wouldn't say mistake, but I feel like I sexualized it more than it ain't have to be over-sexualized, you feel me? So now I'm going back to like the basics with it. Like twerking can just be fun, cardio, like women empowerment. It don't have to be sexualized all the time.
Now, from your days at 15 of twerking and having the official twerk team and things of that nature, are you surprised at how far twerking has gotten in the world?
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised at how far twerking has gotten in the world, because we was the first group to be on YouTube twerking. Like, it was like, what's going on? You feel me? So, yeah, I'm definitely surprised, but then not really, because when we used to meet up with lawyers, entertainment lawyers, they used to tell us, it's going to be a twerk team in Africa, it's going to be a twerk team over here, and we used to be like, yeah, okay, we're not us. You feel me? But that's really what happened. Like, you feel me? But when you become a brand, that's what happens. You want people to actually do that. Like, it's not really a big deal. I just feel like the main thing is just maximizing it and making it more for yourself, financial gain on that end. And that's how you're going to win. Staying consistent, but also knowing the business behind it and how you can make it more than what it is and the brand to it. So,
craziest thing you've seen on the twerking side of things? From 15 to now.
Craziest thing I've seen. I don't know. I don't really know the craziest thing I've seen on the twerking side. Just talking about just in general.
Yes.
I don't know. I really don't know. I never even thought about that, just to be honest. I don't really know. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was so protected with my mom that even when crazy stuff would happen, she would be there. You know what I'm saying? To where, like, shit, she gonna get the bullet first. Like, she always protected us. We really never had to worry about too much of anything. So, yeah, I don't know.
Where do you see twerking going beyond 2024?
I'm not sure. I hope it be whatever the new generation make it. Like, shit. That shit out of my control. I be going to the strip club. Bitches be blaming it on me while they in the strip club. Bitch, I ain't never stripped. Stop playing with me. Bitch, you ain't never seen me at the strip club. So I just be like, But at the same time, if I taught you how to twerk, then you gotta know how to throw that motherfucker. Because I'm definitely gonna pay a light bill, too, if I go to the strip club. You feel me? But it was never in me to go to the strip club or be a stripper. Strippers used to always bully us because we didn't get naked. And they used to be like, okay. You feel me? Like, it always made me not want to get naked. Because they got played out after a while, you feel me? They got played out. And then you gotta think, I never worked before. I'm 31 years old. I'm a homeowner. I drive. Buy my family day cars. I drive the car I want to drive. I travel where I want to travel. Like, and I never worked a job before. I don't got nothing to complain about. Like, I'm overly blessed and thankful.
And speaking of the strip club, there are some strip clubs where the bartenders make as much money as the exotic dancers do, if not more, and they don't have to strip. Mm-hmm. What was your take on that?
That's cool for them. Because there's strip clubs you don't have to get naked at. So it's like, if girls didn't want to get naked, they could just travel somewhere else and not get naked. So it's just a choice.
Anything in this interview that needs further clarification?
No, I don't think so.